If you've purchased new clubs this year, then you know when you're out on the golf course and you're closing your round out, are they holding up to the test? Are they worth the hard-earned money that you have spent, and more importantly, are they lowering your scores? I've got 3 holes left here, I'm level par, but what can I finish shooting here with a full set of new golf clubs? We're here at Waterfront Golf, we are on the 2nd hole here. We did start this video at Whitby, and if you have been watching this mini series of me getting out and playing with my new clubs, you will know the conditions were slightly worse when we was out there. And as you can see by the flyover, is a par 5. We have a trouble on the right with a bunker at driving distance. Once we get past that there, the green is heavily bunkered with 3 bunkers up the right to a very narrow entrance green. So it's all about getting off the tee here. We know I have got my 500 plus pound QI10 LS. Been driving it well, but this is a tough tee shot. And it's one that I've always struggled with. I've not had much confidence on this tee box, but that is absolutely out of the middle. And that's what this driver has done for me. It has really given me the confidence back on the tee. So can I just get over there, feel like I can commit to the shot? I don't feel like I'm going to get that big miss to the right. Yes, I have to be swinging better, but a driver there has given me that little bit of confidence. That has given me something where I can get on that tee box and go full tilt at that. That's down the fairway. We should be able to reach in 2. Can we finally get off level par? And hopefully you've enjoyed this mini series of me getting out with my new golf clubs. We do have Dave playing with his new golf clubs soon at his home course. So Dave's obviously being fitted as our mid-handicapper. He didn't change his actual clubs, but he did change the shafts that he had in them. He's gone from steel to graphite. He said he's been playing exceptionally well. Driver still might be an issue, but that is, we know, Dave's Achilles heel. But what have you spent your money on this year? Have you bought new clubs? Have you thought about looking at the shafts in your current irons? Have you thought about just maybe going to some second-hand ones that you've liked before? Or have you just saved money and you may be going to play some other golf courses this year, maybe going on a golfing holiday, or maybe investing in lessons? As we know, if you are swinging the club better or stroking the putter better, that's probably going to help you lower your scores more than maybe a new club is. And you'll see it's another fairway hit here into this stiff breeze, so done fantastically well. We're normally up and around here, so the LS version there has got me a good ball flight but kept the spin down and got me a long way down here with a chance to reach in 2. So again, if we talk about prices, you'll see on the screen, if we're talking a combo set, we can see there's a difference even between the CBs and the MBs. So we'll be looking around about £950 for the set of clubs. If we talk about driver, then we're going straight to the QI10. We're looking at £529, but upgraded shaft would be £600 to £650. So we're right around that £1,500 mark. We then talk about the wedges. Obviously the WedgeWorks one aren't on there, aren't on the website even, but if we talk about the latest, £169, I've got 2 of those in the bag, so 2 of those is another £340. So we're close to obviously £1,850. That's before we talk about putter. Putter's working out, the good ones on their website, around about £300. The only Odyssey version I could find was nearly $600. So I don't know how accurate that was when they first were brought out, but obviously that would get us over, well over that £2,000 mark. And you think there we haven't even looked at fairway woods, which we know we can see online are well over £300 now. So we'd be up at around about £3,000 if I'd have gone for everything. That's that 5 wood again, towering flight into the breeze, felt solid. And this is where, for me, felt solid, but you can see it was a slight toe strike. We've got the twist face technology in there. It is doing what it says, so should I be purchasing new ones just for the sake of it when these are only a year old? And this brings in the age-old question of how long are you waiting to get new clubs? Do you wait a couple of years? Do you wait maybe 1 year and then change? Are you somebody who likes to constantly change and have the latest? Or do you wait 5 years to 10 years? Again, where is this technology changing? On the channel we have been doing some stuff with second-hand clubs with mid-handicap Dave and seeing what he could shoot using older clubs, and they've really performed pretty well. So is it worth the money? That is the big question. Are we spending the right amount of money? Are we better off spending that on lessons to get our handicap down, or do you prefer the bag appeal when you're playing with your playing partners? Comment below, guys, where are you spending your money, and have you bought anything new this year? So just shy of the apron here, so we've left ourselves a reasonable chip to this back pin, and I'm going to use one of those MBs. So in with the pitching wedge here, and again, one of the big things what I like about an MB set is shots around here you can still play and still get that feel. The forge feel for me is fantastic, and if you're wanting some clubs that feel fantastic, then you could go for blades. You are going to get that fantastic feel. You're just not going to get loads and loads of technology in there, because there's obviously only a certain amount of things you can do with a forged club. Let's say you had some more forgiving irons. From here, sometimes with the pitching wedge, it's very hard to control your distance because they do like to have that hotter face. And behind the golf ball, we do have that thicker top edge. So for me, obviously behind the golf ball, we've got that little bit more confidence inspiring look. It doesn't look incredibly thin on the top. The blade length isn't short. There's plenty of face to obviously work with here. On these shots, you feel like you can get the control, you can get the feel, and get that ball launching out just like that, nice and towards my target, under control. I don't know whether you'd be able to do that with a more forgiving iron, or I certainly know you wouldn't be able to. But yes, we know what we are going to get from that forged club. But can we get off the mark? Can we finally make a birdie in these videos and get under par and show that that £2,000 plus is worth every penny? So not left me a bad putt in here, so we'll get this lined up. One big thing here with the tri golf ball, there is a fantastic alignment aid on there, which I will show you shortly, and we'll also talk about price. Straight over the edge. They keep getting away, but I'm certainly making very easy pars. And when we're talking alignment aids on golf balls, these are a massive thing for me to help you line that ball, especially on putting, where again we do lose a lot of shots, but also here on the tee box we could use that to our advantage. So the first thing I'm going to do again is bring in my rangefinder, start to see what I've got here, because it is downwind now. We've finally turned the corner. 156 to that flag. So 156, so that for me, downwind, it's probably going to be a controlled 8 iron. And again, this is the thing I'm enjoying with the CB, so I'm not having to try and feel like, well, really here what I should do is maybe just hit my pitching wedge a little bit harder, or even the MBs. I'm feeling that I can grip down that club a little bit, I can start to control these shots, and it's just making it a little bit more enjoyable. Yes, I could do it with the Tacoma clubs I had, but for me, I just feel like I'm getting that little bit more forgiveness from these. The top edge is that little bit thicker, again, giving me that little bit more confidence. And yes, I am a PGA professional, but we do want to look down on something that's confidence inspiring. And you'll see on tour, a lot of players are going away from the MBs, they're going away from the CBs. A lot of them have combo sets just like this, or they might even be going the CBs in the lower irons, and in the higher irons going something that may be hollow bodied. But down the club a little bit. And that is just left of the flag. And that has just crept onto the green. Looks pretty close from here. Let's zoom in and show you that, because that could be another chance, but it's certainly making it a lot easier for me. I grip down on that, that's well inside tour average. I haven't tried to hit it hard, but can we finally hole one? And it's an interesting thing there, I'm saying already, can I finally hole one? And this is what a lot of people do. You spend the money on the putter, you buy a putter, you miss a few, it's obviously got to be the putter, but I've got to break it down. Using that line, or the line on the Triad golf ball, the alignment aid, I can see that I'm getting my face and path square, because that ball is rolling perfect end over end, so I know that I'm making a good stroke, so I know that putter is right for me. I've then got to just break it down. Why am I not holing putts? Well, a lot of it is down to green reading so far. That's something that I need to go and practice. So getting the right clubs mean you can identify potentially what you are doing wrong. Again, the same if you're being fitted for a driver, you're still slicing the ball, they've given you the right setting in the driver, they give you the right loft, the right shaft, you're still slicing the ball. Well, we know there it's going to be down to one of your swing characteristics. So why do you slice the golf ball? So that's where new clubs, a good fitting can really highlight what you need to do to improve your game. I know fittings that have gone away, or the people have gone for fittings and gone away and been told that you need to actually improve your swing a little bit before I would fit you. And that's a little bit of honesty, which is great to see in the game at the moment, not just selling you a driver for selling you a driver's sake and you spending £600 and not getting any better. So a little bit more time on my green read this time, certainly a big sloping putt here. So let's get that lined up, take that time. We've spent the money on the putter, so let's take the time on the greens. Let's get that lined up. A little bit of left to right here, all about the pace. Oof, side door. Finally under par, guys, with one hole to go. Just take a bit more time. Now the Wilson golf ball you can get online on Amazon for £28, but averaging around about £30, which as we know is a good £20 cheaper than your Pro V1s and your TP5s for instance. We're getting a 3-piece urethane ball, we're getting consistency in our distance, we're getting a nice flight, nice spin like you've seen both at Whitby and here at Waterfront. But 9th hole now, 1 under par through 8 holes, a tough closing hole here. Can we get that down there? Downwind, how will it fly? It will fly a long way. A nice draw there and a big bounce off that bank, and that should leave us a nice short shot into this long par 4. So par 4 here, as you'll see by the fly of a dog legs back towards the clubhouse. It's 435 yards and it is stroking deck 6. But one of the things we haven't mentioned is the rangefinder. So the Mile C rangefinder I've got in the bag is under £150. So straight away there we're up to nearly 2.5 if we include buying however many dozen golf balls you think you'll need in a season. So it's certainly not cheap. That's a good few trips abroad with your friends. That's a good trip abroad with the wife, if we have to go with the wife, or with your partner. So again, obviously it's thinking about all that money it is starting to add up. Would you be better off maybe having £300, £400 worth of lessons and getting your handicap down with your current clubs? That's what you have to think. But for me, I am really enjoying them so far this year, and I'm starting to play some of the best golf I've played in the last couple of years. I'm getting out here playing more, get that confidence with these clubs to be able to stand on the tee, stand in the fairway and feel like I can hit it close or hit it down the middle. But let's see what we can finish up with. Now comment below guys, would you put anything different in my bag? Would you like to see me test anything else that you think I should have in there? Any kind of other wedges, maybe some hybrids, maybe some other fairway woods that are being brought out? Can they knock the Stealth 2s out of my bag? But let's get back to it. So not position A, but also not position Z. So out of the rough here, it's going to be a tricky shot to that front pin, but I think I've got the club for it. So the big question here is, how far have I got? We know out of the rough, downhill, downwind, we're not going to get much stopping power. So how far have we got? We have got 100 and, let's see, we've got 150 yards to the flag. So I'm looking to play maybe a 135 yard shot. So trying to get it to obviously land a little bit short and then roll up. So I've got the club just for that. I'm going to go pitching wedge here. So again, a full one will go around about 130 to 135. So if I play a normal shot here downwind, we should be in a good position. And that's done what this thick rough at this time of the year can quickly do. That's turned the club down, that's moved it left. I've got a tough shot now here to chip. So have the clubs helped me there? No. Could any of club have helped me there? Probably not, because that was in the rough. That's nothing we can do about it. It's not the club's fault. That's just a tough lie. But can that lob wedge, that 60 degree, save me and keep me under par? And this is where it all comes down to having the right setup to be able to get up and down potentially. After all, we all miss greens and we often miss quite a few in a round. Have we got the clubs to get us up and down? Needs to go a little bit. And I would take that from there. Rough lie, popped up nice and easy over the bunker, and it's left me an uphill putt. So 9 holes with these new clubs. Guys, would you like to see me do this more out on other golf courses? Again, we are going to be getting out with a match with Dave, or mid-handicap Dave soon, with his new clubs. Do you want to see us get and play a few more golf courses? Because, well, to be honest, that's if we can get hold of Dave and get him out of the caravan. So let's see there. A little bit of right to left. It's got the legs. Just a slight mystery there, just a little bit high. But guys, that is level par. I would say it's an extremely easy level par. 1 birdie, 1 bogey. But what could I do? Maybe at another golf course that I've never played before and put it to the test. Using the course management, using everything that I learnt teaching on the European Tour. What can it do for my game with my new clubs?